Nakuta described the move by the Nampa editor in question as self-censorship and unfair labor practice. He also cited as unfair labor practice registered where the same agency fired a freelance journalist for expressing his views on the fish rot scandal during a television show last year. Nakuta says issues relating to labor practices fall outside of his mandate, hence the need for journalists to unite against such threats.
But for one, I can say is that this matter reminds us of what has happened also involving Nampa and Mr. Angula, that was earlier this year on one of the television stations, I think One Africa, where he was very critical with regard to the powers that be. And we know that as a freelance journalist, his contract was immediately suspended. Now that to me, as I indicated then, is a bad omen, because that indicates issues, or it relates to issues of self-censorship.
Meanwhile, the PDM Youth League promised to lodge a complaint against the Nampa editor's conduct with Nakuta.
Yes, I can confirm today that the PDM Youth League will be laying a charge against the management of the Namibia Press Agency Nampa for the censorship and victimization of young journalist Edward Mumbu. We view Nampa's actions as very regrettable because firstly, Nampa is insinuating that journalists are not free and fair and they do not report without fear or favor. They are actually insinuating that certain media houses have certain media agendas that they need to push in order to achieve certain narratives. Secondly, Nampa, through their position and censorship of journalists, is in contravention of Article 21 of the Namibian Constitution, which expressly provides freedom of speech, which shall include freedom of the press. Thirdly, Nampa was established by the Nampa Act of 1992 and is therefore a state body which is funded by taxpayers' money. It is therefore unacceptable, colleagues, that we cannot have a body that is funded by taxpayers, yet is only pushing narratives, agendas, and innuendos for certain people in government. Henceforth, the PDM Youth League cannot allow Nampa to rape democracy, to censor journalists, and to divert opinions. We'll be laying a complaint against the Namibia Press Agency today against the Media Ombudsman, Mr. John Nakuta. We'll also be laying a complaint at the Office of the Ombudsman, and we'll also be writing a letter to the Minister of Information and Communication Technology as the overall regulator of press freedom in Namibia.